Hi all, it's Professor Jen Tripp, and this is a speech rate activity. You've read a little bit about this in the text this year, and these are the parameters around what a good rate of speech is. So 1 to 125 words per minute is a little too slow. 125 to 145 words per minute is acceptable. It's a pretty good rate. 145 to 180 words per minute is the best rate. That's what you want to shoot for. And over 180 words per minute is a little too fast. Now, most critics of public speaking would say it's better to speak too quickly than too slowly. If you speak to people who speak too quickly are often seen as energized, smart, exciting, and people who speak too slowly are often seem boring or unintelligent. And I don't think that's true, but that is how it will come off. You of course want to go for the happy medium, right? Somewhere in the acceptable or best rate. So how do you figure out your speech rate? Well, there's a few ways. There are lots of apps that are available, and I'll show you one in a minute. And you can use that, and it will actually just time your speech for you. But if you want to just try it yourself, you can read a passage, and if you know how many words are in the passage, you take the number of words in the passage, you divide it by your reading time, how long it took you to read it in seconds, and then you times it by 60 for the minute, right? And then that will give you your words per minute. So for example, if there are 200 words in a passage and it took you 70 seconds to read it, you divide 200 by 70, then you times it by 60, and you end up with 170 words per minute. So you would know that you are in the best rate, right? 171 per minute. So what I'd like you to try is read this passage, which is from former President Obama's 2008 election speech. It has 147 words in it. So what you would want to do is get your timer out on your phone or use an internet stopwatch and hit start right when you're about to read, and read the whole thing in your normal pace, right? The normal way that you would speak. Don't try to speed it up or slow it down. Just try to do it in your normal pace. And then once you're done, you'll calculate your words per minute. So there are 147 words in this passage. So I'll just tell you, for instance, for me, it took me 46 seconds to read it. So I would do 147 divided by 46 times 60, and I end up with 191 words per minute. So that is too fast. Now, I also know I do tend to speak quickly, but I read faster than I speak if I'm just speaking, off the cuff, impromptu. So this isn't a completely accurate look, but it comes close to what your speech rate is. If you want something a little more accurate, you could try some of the many apps that are available, and you can check your app store. One that I really like is this. It's called Like So. I have an iPhone. I got it on my iPhone. It actually cost 99 cents. There's been no other fees since then. And what it does is it does a few things. It checks your speech rate, but it also checks your filler words. And you can either get a talk about, it'll give you a topic, or you can just do freestyle and talk about anything you want. I like to do the talk about topic. I'll click that and it'll say like movies, and it'll give you 60 seconds and you just talk as much as you can about movies. And it's recording you. And then it'll tell you, okay, you talked for 53 seconds, you had 7 filler words, you said 161 words, and your words per minute pace was 179, and it'll grade you. And then it'll break your score down you can press analyze session, filler words, pace, words spoken. And these are all the filler words that it will check for. Unfortunately, it doesn't check for or ah. It says that most speech to text apps don't register or ah, but you might notice that if you do speech to text on your phone and you say a bunch of ums or ahs, it doesn't actually record them. So it looks for all these other words, actually, basically, like, so, anyway, and so you can see which ones you had, and this was 13. So I really like this app, and I would definitely recommend trying it. It's a great way to practice. I think the Android has something called an counter. I couldn't find that on the app, on the Apple phone. I like so on the Apple phone. But if you just Google speech apps or counters, counters, you'd be able to find a lot. This one I really do like, but like I said, it does cost 99 cents, so it's not free, but it's pretty worth it. So I would definitely recommend